Hello everybody, weebrabbit here, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna do something a little bit different. I don't know how many of you know, but not too long ago, there was a tweet put out by, I want to say it was the president of Nintendo, that said that there's gonna be a direct in June to discuss / reveal what titles one can expect for the rest of 2024. So Legend Jonathan and I got together and we thought it would be fun to sit down and brainstorm what we think might show up during this direct. Keep in mind, as of the time of recording this, we don't know quite yet when the direct is going to be, but we know it's supposed to be sometime soon. And so we want to try to, get ahead of the direct when it comes out. And, hey, let's have our predictions of what we think will show up during the direct. So we have our little bingo card. We have some ideas. We're going to throw them on the bingo card and we're going to see how much of what we brainstorm actually comes true. Before we dive into that, of course, I said Legend Jonathan sat down with me to discuss this. He is here. So say hello, Legend Jonathan, real quick.
Hey guys, it's me, the Legend Jonathan. I'm back. Well, I'm back with you, to do something very interesting today because we're going to be doing a bingo card. I can't wait to see if our predictions do come true or not, And yes, as you heard, there is a Nintendo Direct, and that's why we're doing the predictions. We don't know when. It could be a week from now, a few days from now. But, I'm pretty excited about this, and I'm excited to see what the Nintendo Direct is, like what's going to show up in that Direct. And yeah, let's get into it,
All right, perfect. Yes, I am also pretty excited. I thought the one from February was pretty good, I thought they announced a lot of really good stuff, and even though it seems like the Switch is basically, kind of at the end of its life or getting close to it, right? Because the other part of the tweet was that, okay, there is going to be a presentation before the end of 2024 where they're going to talk about the new system, the successor, the Switch 2, so to speak. They still seem like, the Switch is doing too well for them to not, I guess, capitalize on it. So I have a feeling that they will have some good stuff, or at least I hope so, right?
Yeah.
With that being said, I just referenced the Direct from February, earlier in the year. So I kind of want to start with some things that it's my predictions of stuff that we know are coming, but I guess this alludes to predictions about more specifics about them, if that makes sense. So the first thing I'm going to throw on the bingo card is that I think that during this Direct coming up, I think we're going to get a Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. I think we're going to get the release date.
Yeah, I think so too. I honestly can't see it not happening because they said it was coming sometime like in this like summer area, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I think we're gonna get the release date. I think that we know what's coming. They haven't really said when. I think they're gonna give us the release date. If I had to pick, I would say it's probably gonna be like a late summer, early fall title, you know what I mean? Maybe like August, September-ish. That's why I can maybe see it coming out, but that's just my guess, obviously, right? But I think we're gonna get the release date. I think they're gonna show a little bit of more footage, that sort of thing. But that's my first prediction. That it seems like a safe bet, right? Speaking of which, before we jump off the Luigi's Mansion bandwagon, my second prediction I want to throw onto the bingo card is that I think after talking about the release date for Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, I think they're also gonna reveal that Luigi's Mansion 1, the original, I think it's getting ported to the Switch.
Yeah, like this one I kind of doubt, but at the same time I can see it because it's like, how are you supposed to have the third one and the second one, but not the first one on the same console? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I think that it would make sense that, like, okay, this would be the time to reveal that, hey, second one, which is a whole port / remaster redone thing, because it was originally on 3DS, that's supposed to be like the bigger title that's coming, sometime later. But then, hey, guess what? The port of the first one, which they don't really have to do anything, right? Except maybe like upskill a little bit. Obviously, the controls have to be different, but I would think they don't have to do as much.
The 3DS one, basically.
Yeah. I would think that they're going to be like, hey, that's coming too, and that one might be sooner than the second one. That's what I would think. That way, okay, all three of them are on the same system.
Yeah.
like you said, this one, it's kind of iffy, right? But I just think that this would be a good time to announce it. So I'm just gonna, throw that into the ring. I think they might reveal that the first game is also getting ported, but brought over, whatever, Then after that, another one that I think is kind of a safe bet, although it could be iffy, right? Because as we were discussing before we started the podcast, and we'll, talk about it on camera in a moment. I am just gonna throw it out there, but I think we might get some information on Pokemon Legends ZA.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's gonna be like a whole lot of details, because I do think that they will save that for some sort of a Pokemon Presents. But I can at least see them at least bringing it up again. Because last time it was basically just like a teaser image, right? Just like, oh, it exists, right? We're working on it. I think I could see them being like, hey, here's a bit more information. Here's a bit more footage. Stay tuned, for the Pokemon Presents, I don't know, next week, next month, when we're going to, go more in depth about it. So this one's kind of iffy, but I could see them maybe doing that. Just kind of remind people, hey, it still exists. Get hype because we're going to talk about it soon. You know what I mean? So not full information, not full reveal, not lots of details, but just like hey, look forward to it. So, And then, continuing with the Pokemon thing, we were told that Pokemon Legends ZA is coming in 2025. Like that was confirmed, 2025. However, it's kind of weird for the Pokemon company, Game Freak, whatever. It's kind of weird for them to like not have a year where there's something Pokemon related that they release, right? Like they're always pumping out Pokemon stuff, right? And for 2024, they haven't really like discussed anything new. Like I think there was the DLC for, a previous game, but that was already like announced way before that. And it's just like, okay, it kind of came out at the beginning of this year, right? Like in January, I think. And I think they did say there's going to be like some sort of app that's like the Pokemon trading card game, but that's kind of it, right? It's just like an app. And there was some DLC at the beginning of the year. I could see that this would be a good time to say, in order to, bridge the gap until Pokemon Legends ZA comes out, this might be the time that they throw out another spin-off, like a port or like a remake maybe, or like a remaster of something, right? We were talking about off camera. We're saying, okay, if they're into a spin-off, what might it be that they would want to bring over, right? Because they did a Pokemon dungeon game. We know that unfortunately Colosseum and DX, it seems like they just like want to forget about those games. I don't know if those are ever gonna like be mentioned again, ever acknowledged. So we were kind of thinking about it, and we said that we could maybe see them doing a Pokemon Rangers game, right? Because okay, this is the time to like, okay, Pokemon Dungeon, I think it did well. We need to bridge the gap. Here's Pokemon Rangers. Why not? Give everybody something Pokemon related to try out while they wait for the new title.
Yeah.
So this is kind of
I can see Rangers.
Yeah, this is kind of an iffy one, but I could see them maybe being like, hey, again, here's in our Pokemon thing. There'll be more details during a Pokemon Presents, but don't worry, we got something for you to help you wait for like the new title, right? And yeah, Rangers, I feel like it's most likely out of the things that we can think of. I don't really see them doing another Pokemon Dungeon. I think they would want to move on and be like, okay, Pokemon Rangers, why not? We have it sitting there, just throw it on the Switch, right?
Yeah.
This next one, if they're ever gonna do it, this is when they need to do it. If they don't do it now, I have no idea what's gonna happen. It would be so weird. Yeah, but it would just be so weird to announce at the beginning of this system and then just totally skip over it. I think it would be really weird. So I feel like this is like their last chance to do it. That's why I'm just gonna throw it out there. We'll see how it goes. I think they might finally discuss Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this one, I feel like it's a hit or miss.
Yeah, a lot of these are just, kind of iffy, but like this would have to be their last chance. This would have to be
for the Switch, at least. I feel like, this has to be the last chance, because it would be kind of weird to be like, oh yeah, we were working on this, and then we just like decided to release it on the next system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I get that there was some issues. I get that they restarted, what they were doing, blah, blah, blah. I get all that. But I think it's been enough time. Dread came out. It seems like it did well. It's been a bit of time since that. I think it's about time. Metroid Prime 4. I feel like it should have been enough time. And I'm hoping, it's one of those things where I'm throwing it out there. A lot of these are kind of, predictions, but they're also kind of like more of like a hope, right? Like I hope this comes out, but if they're ever going to do it, now's the time. So I'm just going to throw it out there. Let's see if it happens. Metroid Prime 4, if they finally acknowledge it, we finally know more about it. Finally.
Yeah.
With that, last time, when they talked about Dread and, some of that stuff, they revealed that Metroid Prime, the first one, got remastered, right? They brought it over to the Switch. I think that as they talk about Metroid Prime 4 and talk about how, expect it, I don't know, by the end of the year or maybe early next year, blah, blah, blah. I think this would be a good time that I could see them, if they do Metroid Prime 4, so these are kind of tied together, I could see them saying Metroid Prime 2 is going to be remastered and it's coming out after the Direct.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
like the previous one.
Yeah, I could see them kind of copying that and being like, okay, here's Metroid Prime 4. It's not coming out yet. It's just some details. Wait until, late this year, early next year. But in the meantime, Metroid Prime 2 is getting some sort of a remaster. It's available now. I could see them doing that, hopefully. Again, it's a prediction / mostly like I hope they do this, but I'm going to add that to the bingo card.
Yeah.
Yeah. After that, we're kind of going through the, big mainline series. Next one, there has to be something Zelda related. They had said there's not going to be DLC for Tears of the Kingdom, so as much as I would like that, it's most likely, not going to happen. It's obviously not going to be a new Zelda title. That would be like way too soon. So what have people have been hoping for since like the Switch got announced? What have you and I even said we really, really hope that they bring to the Switch? Again, I think it's now or never. Hopefully, I'm just going to throw it out there. We're going to get Zelda the Wind Waker HD available either, maybe after the Direct or very soon. And then Twilight Princess HD later in the year, maybe like in September. Yeah, it's one of those things where like a lot of these...
I was gonna say, I feel like this would be kind of like Pikmin 1 and 2, where it'd be available after the Direct, like both of them, and then later physically it would have a September release.
Okay. Yeah, because I could see it being more of like one now, one later, but you think that it might be both now, physical later? Yeah,
because that's what they kind of do with Pikmin, which I get you would say like, oh, but that's Pikmin, but I feel like this would make sense because they're both ports from the Switch, and they both came out not that long like 3 years apart,
Yeah.
And so I could kind of see them being kind of like the equivalent of, oh, Pikmin 1 and 2 came out a year or two apart. Same thing, same system. Let's port these games to this. You know what I mean?
Okay, I could see that as well. One or the other, I guess, right? Again, man, are we going to get these? Who knows, right?
I hope. I'm praying.
I know. Like Nintendo's been so weird about these titles. Everybody wants them, but they're like not doing it.
Yeah.
But again, if there's a time to do it, it would be now. And the reason I'm throwing it out there that I don't think it's such a like pie in the sky idea is Zelda is one of their biggest series. It's been at this point more than a year since their last title came out.
Which was literally.
Yeah, so it would be like, okay, if you put these over, that could be like your Zelda. It could meet your Zelda quota for this end of the lifespan for this year of the Switch, right? And that people are be like super excited to buy them, to get their hands on them. So again, it seems like it would like it's free money. But with Nintendo, you never know. But again, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, it's now or never, guys. I really hope that you pull the trigger on this. So
yeah, especially because usually Nintendo does drop some sort of Zelda thing at the end of the console. Like they usually have done that pretty frequently. And we've seen that with like collections. We've seen that with, again, like when the Wii U came out. We waited for freaking Breath of the Wild, and it came out literally at the end of its cycle, literally. Because I remember like the Wii U basically died the moment the Switch came out. It wasn't like other consoles like the Wii where it still had some big titles coming out. Like, no, like literally they were like, yeah, no, it's dying. Like, it's dead. Like, you know what I mean? So I can kind of see like that, where they have to have some sort of Zelda game at the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it would be kind of weird for like the last year, maybe even two. Because right, I don't think it's gonna like die in 2024. I think
Yeah.
you know it, obviously 2025, whenever they release the successor, Switch is still gonna be gain some attention. I think for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
It'd be weird just like for the last like year or two not have like any Zelda, right? Or who knows? It could
Yeah.
even be like 2024, 2025, maybe even 2026. Switch is still kind of getting some stuff here and there. It'd be kind of weird to leave it without like a Zelda title for who knows like how long, right? It seems kind of weird. So yeah, I'm really hoping they pull the trigger on this. Again, who knows? But I'm just gonna throw it out there and like fingers crossed this happens.
I hope so, bro.
Speaking of stuff that people have been asking for, we kind of discussed this when we did our Mario tier list. It's not like my favorite title in the world.
It's not.
I'm not very fond of it, but I understand people asking for it. I still think it would be kind of cool to get it, I guess, and I could see it making sense for them to release it. I wonder if this would be the time for them to finally release Super Mario Galaxy 2.
It's been 4 years. We need that Galaxy 2 port. Like, I don't really like Galaxy 2, but I mean, it's missing from the 3D like collection. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it would be so weird for it to be like, okay, a lot of the Mario titles are basically available through like the Nintendo Switch Online, and then you got the 3D ones like 64 and Sunshine and the first Galaxy. Galaxy 2 though, no, it's just tied to the Wii. That would be very strange.
That is weird. Yeah.
That would be like very strange. Like, why did 2 never get ported over? So I feel like this would be the time to, again, Wonder came out, people loved it, but Mario is one of their biggest franchises. It'd be kind of weird for there to not be like another big Mario thing. So it would make sense this could be like the big Mario thing. Super Mario Galaxy 2 is finally being put on the Switch, right? So I'll just throw it out there. We'll see how this goes, but I feel like you said, it's about time to bring it over. So then after that, I know this is one that you wanted me to put on here. You like said, you got to put it on here, and I'm like, yeah, we'll see how it goes. And I guess it would make sense, right? Because it definitely brought the it took the franchise to like new heights, and it did so well, and it would make sense to capitalize on it. Could we? But it's still right. Could we see Pikmin 4 DLC of some sort?
Yeah, probably for like Dandori story. Some people want Louis to have like a story thing. I don't really see him having that. It would be really short, kind of like Olimars, where it's like 2 hours long. I don't really see it. You know what I mean?
You think that if we do get DLC, it would be more of like a Dandori thing?
Yeah,
kind of like extra mini games sort of things. Yeah, that's what I can kind of see too. Because
Pikmin 3 had it. And
that's what I was about to say. Yeah, I was going to say, if Pikmin 3 did like extra content, it wasn't really tied to the story or anything really big like that, I could see them doing it for Pikmin 4 just to keep people playing it, to like have them, dust off their copy and, pop it back in and play it for a bit. I could see them being like, hey, we want to capitalize on Pikmin 4 because of how well it did. Like I said, it really like revitalized the franchise, all that stuff. So here's a little bit more stuff, some more Dandori stuff, some more little bonus mini game, co-op multiplayer stuff, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see though, right? But all right, add that to the bingo card. Then after that, this is another one that I feel like it makes sense, but who knows? Because they could take it in a different direction, which I'll discuss in a moment. But I think it would be great, so I'm gonna put this on the card. Mario Party Superstars DLC.
Yeah. At the same time, I kind of doubt this, but
yeah, and I'll talk in a second. I'll talk about what direction they might take. I think it would be great though if they capitalized on Mario Party Superstars, because I think this one was better than Super Mario Party.
Yeah,
this is the one that was like really well done. And the only thing that sucked is that there was a small amount of boards. There was only like 5 of them, right? And a lot of people were saying like, oh, add more boards through DLC. If last time it was all the N64 ones or whatever, add some GameCube ones. It would make so much sense. And we never got it. And even though you might think, oh, well, it's been years, I doubt that they would like, add anything to the game. That's what a lot of people thought about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Because for the longest time, it was just dormant. It was dead, right?
It really was, yeah.
And then out of nowhere, they just started adding tracks and characters. So that's what makes me think that, like, if they did it for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they could do it for, you know, Mario Party Superstars. Like, even though you think they would like strike while the iron is hot and have released it like later that year, they could surprise you and be like, yo, time to, you know, pull out your old copy of the game. Here's some DLC to like have you return to it. So that's what I'm hoping, and I'm gonna throw it out there that hopefully Mario Party Superstars DLC. I know that what a lot of people are saying is that they think it's gonna be a new Mario Party because they always release like 2 to 3 titles on each system. And you know, we got 2 so far for the Switch, but one of them was kind of like a remake thing, right? The whole Mario Party Superstars DLC. So a lot of people think it might be a new title, and it would make sense, and I could see them doing that. But personally, it's like, please add DLC for Superstars.
Yeah, because it's too small of a game.
And it sucks because it's so well done, looks so good. It's awesome that they like brought back that like really good format. I really prefer the gameplay and like all the stuff of this one versus Super Mario Party. So that's why I'm hoping it's going to be DLC. But you never know. I guess it could be a new title. If it's a new title, hopefully it's more like Superstars, or it's more of like what we actually like versus like the whole cart style, or like I just don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. But what I'm gonna put on the bingo card is DLC. Fingers crossed.
That's what I'm hoping to.
Yeah. Then after that, I feel that this one, you know, seems like a safe bet. I'm just gonna put on the bingo card some sort of Kirby game.
Corby.
Huh?
Corby.
Yeah, Corby, man. Corby gets a game like every year or two. It's one of the franchises that it's crazy how much titles they put out, man. Like consistently, like every year or two, I feel like they're always putting something. Like, you know, we got Star Allies, we got Forgotten Lands, we got Return to Dreamland, you know, like the remake thing. We got Kirby Fighters. We got the what was it called? Like the that one that was like online. What was it called?
The freaking the one that was like Fall Guys.
Yeah, that one. Like, we've gotten so much titles for Kirby. Like, Kirby's always getting new games. So I think it's a pretty safe bet to say, I think we're going to get some sort of Kirby game. Me and you and I were talking about it, and we're saying we could see it being something like most likely like a port of some sort, or like a kind of slash remaster. Like, I don't know if necessarily a new title at this point. We're saying like we could see it being like Rainbow Curse, right? To like bring over a Wii U title. Or you never know if it could be a 3DS title.
That's
like,
what I was saying, yeah.
Yeah, you were saying like Triple Deluxe, Planet Robobot, that sort of thing. But I think it's a pretty safe bet to get something Kirby related.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see. But I think that seems like a pretty much guarantee, because Kirby gets something like consistently, right?
Yeah.
Then after that, we were saying that it's because also there was a bit of a rumor, but some sort of Fire Emblem remake or port, because even though people kind of discount the whole Fire Emblem series, it's still one of, you know, Nintendo's biggest franchises. Like, personally, I don't even play Fire Emblem, but I know some people that do. And I am, you know, surprised that they've already gotten what, like 2-3 titles on the Switch already?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where they release a lot of stuff. And a lot of people are pointing out that it seems like whenever the system is near the end of its lifespan, it seems like they always release something Fire Emblem related, apparently. I don't know if that's true. I didn't fact check it, but that's what I heard some people saying. That, plus you add in that there's some rumors that they might make a remake of an older title called Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War. Apparently there's like a leak or some sort of rumor that there might be like a remake of that title. Yeah. So I think it's a pretty safe bet to say we might get some sort of a new Fire Emblem, you know, title. So just gonna put that on the bingo card. Then after that, I feel like all of the ones we talked about up to now at least seem somewhat possible, right? At least it feels like there's some stuff kind of pointing towards them. This part is where we kind of get into the more wild ideas. More of the, we kind of hope they put them out there. We weren't really sure what else they put on the bingo cards. That's some stuff that we would like to see, that sort of thing. These are the ones that are a little bit more of like a wish list, a little bit more crazy and out there. The first one, could we get some sort of Star Fox game?
I doubt this one. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of doubt this one. If there was, damn fucking well, like, I'm gonna say it, like literally the one F word in the video, that it's gonna be 64 or 0.
It probably, but that still counts. I mean, it's still some sort of Star Fox game.
It's never like when you think of like some sort, you would hope it's like something else,
like a new one, or like
they part of some other unique game. Yeah, and it's the same thing as always.
But hey, I mean, at least we would get it right because we said some sort of Star Fox game. I guess,
yeah. But I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, but who knows? But still, the reason I kind of think it's at least somewhat possible, I don't think it's like a totally like, nah, you're bullshitting, this is not possible, is that everything has done so well on the Switch that I think I could see them going like, yo,
let's put 64 on there.
Or, 0, like you said, screw it. Maybe, okay, 0 did bad on the Wii U. It didn't sell very well, but everything that we've ported over from the Wii U to the Switch has done so well. Let's, take a chance and see how it does on there.
That is true, especially because the controls can be better.
Yeah, so that's the reason that I think it's at least like there's a tiny chance, because okay, I could see them, that line of reasoning of, okay, all of our franchises have done so well on the Switch, everything we've ported over has done so well, let's take a chance and bring something over or port something, right? But of course, like I said at the beginning of this section, these are kind of like the more out there ideas, the more almost like wish list ones, right? But we're gonna add it to the bingo card and we'll just have to wait and see. I'm not too sure of it, of course, but hey, stranger things have happened, right? So
oh my god, Stranger Thing.
Oh, they're gonna put Stranger Things on the Switch. Then the next one, this one's also a pretty crazy one. Kid Icarus Uprising Remastered.
Oh boy.
Of course, what the chances of this are, who the hell knows? Yeah, they're slim. But then again, Sakurai has been done with, Smash Ultimate for a bit now. And we know this is a title that it seemed like he really cared for. And it is a title that has been stuck on 3DS and nowhere else. So you never know if this could be, a big title that they're kind of excited to put on the Switch to see how it does. So I don't know. I mean, Sakurai's probably working on something. The man is a workaholic. I doubt he's just sitting around doing nothing. So you never know if this is what he has been working on. And it wouldn't even be like a from the ground up sort of thing. So you never know, right? This could be what he's been working on. And it could be a good idea to just bring it over to see how it does on the Switch. Because once again, everything that's on the Switch seems to do really well. So, hey, it could be possible, right? Again, stranger things have happened. I'm going to put it on the bingo card. It's something that I would definitely love to see. Chances are slim, but I'm just going to, take a chance and put it out there. So,
yeah.
Then after that, this is a weird one. But for these next two, I feel like, okay, Nintendo Switch Online, they haven't really done anything with it in a while. They've just been kind of slowly adding some games here and there. So I feel like it's kind of time to shake stuff up, right? Put some bigger things out there. So for the first one, since again, it seems like we're getting kind of closer to the end of the Switch's lifespan. What have they not really put on the Nintendo Switch Online? What titles are they kind of missing? So my first one is that maybe now is the time to finally put the rare titles on the N64 Nintendo Switch Online. Stuff like Perfect Dark, Diddy Kong Racing, Donkey Kong 64, that sort of thing. Now might be the time to be like, hey, all of the rare stuff, or at least some of the big titles, they're coming to the service, right?
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Right? I mean, I see why not. I don't see why not. A lot of the stuff is on there. These are some big ones that are missing, so why not? That would be kind of cool, right? So why not? Let's add it to the bingo card. We're gonna get some of those rare titles finally added to the service. Then another one. This one is a little more crazy.
Oh
But
yeah, yeah,
every
yeah.
few years they were adding something new, right? Like, oh, we're now adding a
Yeah.
Super Nintendo, we're adding Game Boy Advance, we're stuff like that. We're adding 64, blah blah. I would love to see them add GameCube, but I have a feeling they might not. It seems like that's
Yeah.
something they're like afraid to do for whatever reason. But we're okay. What would they maybe add then? Let's hope that would be it would be kind of cool, and it would finally make the service. I think this is where it would finally start feeling worth it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it would be cool if they added Nintendo DS games.
Mm-hmm. Because I think it would make sense, especially because like I kind of mentioned to WeeBrabbit. I mentioned that they did was when the Game Boy Color and Advance games came out, they skipped over the whole GameCube generation because the Game Boy Advance came out the exact same time as the GameCube. Kind of like how the N64 came out with the Game Boy Color, and that was like the system that was connected to it.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that okay, if they skipped over a main console, they might as well just continue the handhelds. That's the only option you have. If not, just let the whole damn service just die then, if that's the case. You know what I mean? So I was saying, like, if they're gonna have to add something that isn't pre-existing, they have to add DS. Like, it's the next thing after Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, because I don't know why they're afraid of adding more of like the main systems, right? Like they could have done GameCube by now. They could have, done Wii. Like I just don't see them doing it as much as we want them to. I think they're just gonna I think they're gonna hold back on that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe they're saving that for the next system. You never know, right? Like the GameCube, Wii, that sort of thing. But okay, like you said, at least handhelds still seem like they might still do. And I could see them maybe doing DS games because it's been long enough. Nintendo Switch Online. I mean, what do you call the other thing? The eShop and all that stuff for a lot of those systems is kind of dead now, right? So I could see it being their time that they'll finally add DS. So again, it's chances, we don't really know what they are, but it at least seems like something that could be possible, right? So there you go. So we're gonna add that to the bingo card, and we'll have to wait and see if they finally add DS, right? So,
yes, sir.
all right. After that, I know a lot of people have been asking for this one. I, again, think it would make sense because, why not? They released the whole Miitopia thing, and it seems like it did all right. So maybe this will be the time when they finally pull the trigger on porting over Tomodachi Life.
Let's go.
Yeah, because a lot of people have been asking for it. A lot of people seem to really like it. Like I said, Miitopia seems like it did all right. It looked like people had a lot of fun, especially with like the character creator and that sort of thing. So you never know. This could be, once again, since they're winding down, looking for some titles to put on there, and they're kind of looking at what they have, in their catalog. This could be the time that they finally listen to fans and be like, okay, yeah, let's just port over Tomodachi Life. Why not? It's not something so complicated. Let's do it.
No, I'm a Nintendo. It's too complicated for me.
I know, probably, right? But I'm just gonna add it. Screw it. Why not? Then after that, I feel like this one makes a lot of sense. I think that, okay, why wouldn't they? It's been a while since the last one. It would be a good time to do it to coincide with the next, with this real life event, blah, blah, blah. I'm, of course, talking about, I think it would be a good time to reveal Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games 2024 in Paris, right? Because it just makes sense. Like, they've been so consistent with these Olympics games. There was just the unfortunate thing about the Japan one because of the whole pandemic thing, right? That's what kind of derailed things a bit, and it made things kind of awkward. But it would make sense for them to release them for Paris. Like, why wouldn't you? Unless you're I guess you're totally just gonna drop the series. Like, now would be the time to like reveal it because Summer Olympics. Reveal the game now and have it out in time for these Summer Olympics in Paris, right? So it seems possible to me. It seems like it would make sense. Of course, you never know. Companies have a weird way of doing things, but I could see this one happening. And I think it would make sense to reveal it now, like I said. So I'm gonna add it to the bingo card.
I would say that I can see it happening, but I highly doubt it at the same time because literally the last game that came out didn't do so great. Two, the company that was making it literally died, And 3, I think after that game, I think they really did just want to give up the whole Mario and Sonic part, and they just said they weren't going to continue it, and that's why they made the whole Sonic and Sonic at the Olympics games for the phone.
Why'd you have to say that after I already added it to the bingo card, my man? Come on, man. You couldn't tell me this earlier. I know the company had guidance. You know what? Screw it. I'm leaving on the bingo card. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I hate that you tell me after I already gave the whole speech about it.
I was gonna try to talk, but then you were still talking, and I was like, oh, never,
Whatever. I'm still leaving it on there. Shut up. Shut up, right? It's gonna happen, right? You be quiet. Have faith. Oh my gosh. Whatever. I'm still leaving it on there. Continuing with the whole sports thing, I saw a lot of people talking about this one. I think it makes sense. We've gotten Mario Tennis, we've gotten Mario Golf. If I remember correctly, we've gotten Mario Soccer, right? We got a new soccer title. So what is missing when it comes to all of the Mario sports games? Football. That's right. Right? We never got football, right? What's up with that? No, I was gonna say we haven't gotten a baseball title. So hey, maybe now is the time to get a new Mario baseball title.
Yeah.
I can see it, right?
Yeah, definitely that one makes sense.
Yeah,
because they have strikers, they have tennis, they have golf. Like, we just need that one.
Yeah, because it'd be so weird. Why did we get all of the other sports titles but not that one? That'd be weird. So, I mean, hey, there we go. Again, we don't know for sure what's going to happen, but I think it's a kind of a good chance that we could finally get the baseball game, because that's like the one out of the sports games that's missing. So,
Yeah.
All right. And then the last one of this kind of little section of ones that are kind of weird and they're kind of a little bit more out there, blah, blah, blah. We've talked about this one before. I think I talked about it the last time I did one of these. I think last time I had done it with Terrific. I wonder if it could finally be time, because it's been rumored for a while. Could we finally get the new Donkey Kong title?
Donkey Kong! Start freaking out.
Oh my gosh.
At the same time, I could see it.
This is a weird one. That's why it's still in this section, because for so long it's been rumored that there was going to be a new Donkey Kong 3D title, and it's been rumored for a while, and it's kind of weird because all their stuff that got discussed around that time came true. I can't remember off the top of my head what was discussed, but a lot of these other titles that supposedly got leaked, or those these rumors, it seems like they came true. But then this one, we haven't really heard anything about the Donkey Kong franchise, and it's so weird that why 3D Donkey Kong and nothing's come from it. So it seems kind of weird, and so I feel like this could be a good time to maybe okay, a new Donkey Kong title, because maybe this could be the big holiday title. It would be it could tie into the whole thing from earlier about the rare titles on N64, the N64 Nintendo Switch Online. Maybe after they discuss the rare titles and they show off the titles, and maybe they show off Donkey Kong 64. You never know if that could be the transition to speak Donkey Kong, and then show off a new Donkey Kong title, right?
Yeah. Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah, because the side-scrolling ones, right? They did so well. The platforming, the Tropical Freeze, the Returns, those did really well. It looks like Donkey Kong is definitely a big franchise for Nintendo. So why not give us a new title, especially maybe a 3D one? It feels like this has also been a big chance, that they've taken a big chance on a lot of their franchises to kind of reinvent them, right? Do some different things. So why not take a chance on Donkey Kong,
Yeah, for sure. Donkey Kong, Frozen Ape.
Yeah, it's finally time for Donkey Kong Frozen 8, man. So yeah. I don't know, man. This is kind of a weird one. That's why I said it's in the section we've been discussing some of the more out there ones that maybe not. But I'm just gonna throw it out there. I would hope that this comes true. I would hope that rumor just wasn't a big old nothing burger. So I don't know. Hopefully a new Donkey Kong title.
I hope so too. Honestly, I really do hope Donkey Kong has a new title.
Yeah, especially if it was a 3D one. That would be so cool. That would just be so different, and I don't know. It'd be really cool, honestly. This next one, I think it makes sense.
It definitely does.
Yeah, and hopefully it happens. I feel like I remember saw a rumor somewhere for it, but that one was like a bit smaller compared to some of these other ones we've discussed. But you know, now could be the time for Pac-Man World 2 Repack, which is like a remaster remake thing of Pac-Man World 2.
Yeah, especially they made a survey, like when the game came out. No, not even when the game came out. They made a survey a year after Pac-Man World Repack had came out, saying, "Do you guys think we should make more repacked or just remakes of Pac-Man World 2 and 3?" And most of the people said yes.
Yeah, see, maybe that's what I was thinking about. Maybe I am kind of mixing things up with like there was a survey and people were discussing it. Maybe that's why I kind of thought about a rumor. But I definitely knew it was on my radar because of something. But yeah, it seems like the first one, I think it did good. I saw it get a lot of attention. Then again, I always say that, but maybe I'm overestimating, right?
Yeah.
But it seemed like people were excited about it. It seems like it did well. I remember seeing a few like playthroughs and stuff here and there. So I don't know. I mean, I think it did well from what I saw. And it would be kind of weird to just do like one title, not do the rest of them, especially if they sent out that survey. So, hey, right now it would be a good time to, do a remake thing of the second one. So, just gonna add that to the bingo card. It seems like it's something let's see if it happens.
Yeah.
And the reason we put this down here and not up there earlier with other stuff that we said, getting like a remaster or that sort of thing, I kind of put it on my little list because this is more of like a third-party title, so that's why it's down here in case anyone's wondering, by the way.
Yeah.
Same thing with the next one. That's why I put it here and not somewhere higher up, even though it's something that we have heard about. I think that we might get the release date for Epic Mickey Rebrushed.
This has to happen. Come on. They said it was going to come out sometime before the fall / summer ended. They said it was coming out pretty soon. Like, they have to reveal the release date.
Yeah, and that's why I think this one seems like really like a surefire bet. And like I said, I probably would have mentioned it at the very top of the video, but because it's like a third party, I kind of put it like down here, I guess, right? Like near the end.
Yeah.
But this is another one that I feel like it would make so much sense. Like it was like a big part of like the indie showcase or whatever. Like there was a big part dedicated to it, and like we know it's coming, and like you said, they made it sound like it's coming like soon, like you said, like this first half of the year. So I feel like it would make so much sense for them to just be like, yo, here's the release date.
Yeah,
like this one feels like it should happen. Like I would be surprised if it didn't, then like I guess maybe that tells us that there's gonna be like another like indie thing, maybe sometime at the end of the summer, and maybe that's when it'll get like discussed.
Yeah.
But I feel like it would make sense now because it seemed like that was like a really like big title out of like the indie third party things. And I remember from like that showcase, it was probably like the one that got the most attention.
For sure.
So yeah, there we go. Epic Mickey Rebrushed, which is like the whole remake thing of the first title. Let's hope we get a release date, fingers crossed, because that would be like a really, really cool one to finally know when that's coming out. So
for sure, man.
All right. If you've been paying attention, you'll notice that our bingo card has 2 spots left. And so these last 2 are pretty weird ones, and they're not necessarily like games, but I still am going to throw them out there because I could still see these last 2 being things that they're not going to go, super in depth on. They're not going to dedicate that much time to. But I think one or the other could still happen as like a little bit of a tease, a little bit of like a, haha, look at this. We're going to discuss it later, get hyped, stay tuned for more details. The first one is that I am wondering if they could give us a Zelda movie tease.
Oh, kind of like the Mario movie?
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah, again, I don't think it's going to be anything really big. I know it's not even, a title necessarily, but I could see them maybe being like, hey, here's, what we have of the Zelda movie so far. Maybe like a title of the movie, maybe like
the cast.
Maybe something about the cast, something about like the title of the movie, maybe in some sort of like a little teaser image, right? But I could see them being like, yo, here's like a little tidbit, here's a little, you know, little crumb to get you excited, and we'll talk about more of this later. So
I think Tom Holland's gonna come out as Link.
nah, dude, it's totally gonna be
Chris Pratt.
it's gonna be Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
That would be like, so weird. That would even make sense.
It's a Link.
That would even make sense because he voices Mario and he's also live action Link. That would be so weird. That would be funny though. Honestly,
it's Adam Sandler.
Oh my god, shut up.
Or David
these people are so old. It doesn't even make sense. They're so old.
They're gonna use CGI
to like de-age now.
De-age Adam Sandler to when he was like in his 20s.
Oh my god.
And
you know, the thing is, Adam Sandler, when he wants to be, he can actually be a pretty good actor.
Oh, that's true. When it's like something serious too, he gets really good.
So you never know, right?
Yeah.
But no, it's no way it's gonna be Adam Sandler. Shut the fuck up.
It's gonna be David Spade.
Oh, shut up.
Rob Schneider. No, Rob Schneider.
Rob Schneider is Link. Oh my god. No, shut up. But yeah, I wonder if they might. Again, it's kind of a weird one, but I can kind of maybe see them doing this. Like I said, just like a little crumb, a little tidbit, kind of like they did with like the Mario movie. Just like let us know, like, hey, look forward to this, right?
Yeah.
All right, and our last one on the list, the last thing to add to our bingo card, another weird one that's not even, you know, like video game related necessarily, you know, like it's not one of the titles, but I could see them kind of doing this, and it does connect to what we discussed at the very beginning. I wonder if we could get a Switch 2 / whatever the successor is going to be. I wonder if we could get some sort of a tease about it.
Oh, that would actually be pretty interesting.
Because this could be like the maybe something to put near the end, if not the very end, right? I wonder if, you know, because we know, again, referring back to that tweet, that's what we kind of, you know, started this whole video with. They said there's going to be a direct in June to talk about titles for the rest of the year. And there's going to be a presentation at another time to talk about the Switch's successor. This would be a good way to bridge one thing to the other, where no, they're not going to give us all of the details on the new system. They're not going to maybe even like show it off, but you never know if they could give us some sort of a little tease once again. Like they could give us we know what is the new system going to be called. They could give us like a little silhouette of what it'll look like. You know, something like that. I could kind of see them doing something of that style just to make you go like, oh, that looks really cool. Oh man, now I'm really excited for whenever that presentation is coming. I could see them doing it, you know, maybe not. Maybe they are going to really, you know, keep them separate, but I don't think it's so far-fetched to think that, hey, here's the next system. You know, here's what it looks like, or here's like, you know, the title of what, you know, what's called, the name of it, whatever.
The Super Switch.
Maybe, right? I can maybe see them doing something like that. Just some sort of a little tease, right? So that's going to be my final prediction. They might do that right near the end, or, you know, close to the end. Boom. Here is the successor title. Here's what it looks like. And more details coming
at the end
later
of the year.
In the year. Exactly. Yeah. So that's going to be my final prediction / you know, hope, you know, wish list, you know, thing that I hope on the bingo card.
Nice.
Yep. Alrighty, guys. So there you have it. Here is our little bingo card / predictions / wish list, you know, that sort of thing. Some of these seem, of course, much more likely than others. Some of them are kind of out there, but, you know, we at least give a reason for why we think they're at least somewhat possible, right? There's nothing that we put on here that's like super impossible, you know, nothing like, oh, you know, freaking God of War is gonna get ported to the Switch. Nothing stupid like that, right? It's all stuff that at least. What would you say?
What's something that like people keep? Oh, I know. Mother 3.
Oh my God, right? I did not see that. Watch, that's the one thing we didn't put on the bingo card that actually happened. That'd be so bad.
I'm telling you, especially because I kind of mentioned this, but we were like, no, there's no way. It's like the 30th anniversary of freaking. At least here in the United States. Wait, when did Earthbound come out?
I forget, dude.
Like 1994 or 95? Oh yeah, 95 was for us and 94 was for Japan. Like since it's been 30 years for Japan, could you imagine if that's like the freaking anniversary thing? that they're like, here's the third game, and it's like really like
the one time like I wasn't guessing it, not expecting it, just happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a fun surprise at least, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh my god! But as it, like I said, you know, we try to keep our stuff at least things that seem somewhat possible. Nothing super like, oh my god, this title's gonna get put on here. Or this like third party other what do you call it? Other video game companies gonna like let Nintendo put it on. Nothing like that, right? It's the stuff that at least we think is somewhat possible. We gave our reasoning, blah blah blah. But we'll have to wait and see. And hopefully we at least get something, right? At least if we get at least like, I don't know, there's 24 things on here, not counting the free space, right? If we can at least get like, I don't know, man, like 6 of them, that would make me happy, right? We at least like scored like a 25% because it's kind of hard, honestly, at this point in the game, right? It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
If we can at least get like 6 of them, if we can at least get a 4th of them, I will think like, okay, not bad.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh boy, but we'll just have to wait and see. But there you go, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Let us know what games you think might get put on the Switch, what things might get revealed during the direct. Doesn't even have to be games, it could be other stuff like the Nintendo Switch Online editions, movie tease, successor tease, that sort of thing, right? It could be anything like that. But let us know in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thank you, Legend Jonathan, for being here.
You're very welcome.
All right, and we'll see you guys next time. And if hopefully the direct comes out sometime soon, I mean, if it's not sometime soon, right? But either way, we will try to do some sort of coverage of the actual direct when it comes out, some sort of a, commentary / reaction to it. So, look forward to that. But until then, see you next time. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.